I still had to get myself together. I'm not saying when I moved and I came to LA off the plane, everything was perfect as soon as I stepped on the soil. Nah, hell no.
Hi guys, it's Tracy Mitchell, VA, the host of the Tracy Mitchell Show. As you can see, we have a visual showing something that's completely different what's going on right now, but unfortunately, we had audio issues, but we're going to go ahead and take care of it. I'm back in Virginia, back from LA, as you already know, and we're just going to go ahead and do a voice memo, put it with the visual so y'all can get the vibe still because we had such a good time. So I'm here with my good friend Douglas. He's originally from Virginia. He's living the dream in LA. So we're actually on the phone right now just talking about my experience being in Los Angeles. And he lives in LA. I live in Atlanta, the two hottest cities in the US. We're on two different coasts though. And I was telling him how I really enjoyed myself in Los Angeles, but I just feel like it's a good place for scenery and it's a good place to live it up. Like I'm talking about, how like back in the 90s videos, they would be dancing side to side, like waving their hands in the air with the drink in the hand. Like that's definitely LA. Like that's real life LA. But that's really all I can say about it. But so Douglas, tell me your opinion on that. That post I did is pretty controversial. I didn't even mean to do that, but the LA versus Atlanta thing.
Man, I feel like you gotta stay out here more. You gotta kind of you gotta stay out here more. Do like another trip. You know what I mean? It's like it's that first one. That first trip, I know when I came, I kind of just did like touristy stuff. Ate food, went around. But it's not till you really like catch a random weekend that go up. You don't even expect it type shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like LA is lit. It's just so many different parts, so many different scenes, vibes. You know what I mean? Like functions you could be around. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but I will say Atlanta is a movie though. Man, last time I went to Atlanta, man, it was a Morehouse graduation, like weekend type shit. So you could know how that went out. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's back when RIP, you know what I'm saying? That's back when Follies was open. You know what I'm saying?
RIP. That shit down the street from my house. Yeah.
So Atlanta, I love Atlanta. I love both for real. To be honest with you.
But do you see what I'm saying though? But it's like I ain't trying to sway your opinion because I know you love it LA. But really, like I just feel like it's the same, but it's just the scenery difference.
It's I don't know. It's a whole different vibe to be
Atlanta's really LA, just without palm trees, an ocean, and rich people that have rich grandparents, so that money went on to them. Like I feel like that's really different.
I don't agree.
Yo, me and Douglas disagreeing goes all the way back to college. Me and him went. They don't even know. Like we went to ODU together, and me and him
crazy rap debates just get heated.
Between me and Douglas, shit get really heated. Like I just remember like sitting in the living room of his apartment back in I forgot what part you lived in. I think it was only like on campus, but just like a little bit off campus. And me and him were just going at it because he said he don't like J. Cole. I was like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? What you mean you don't like J. Cole?
Nah.
But I fuck with him though because he gonna say some wild shit, but he gonna stand on it.
Nah, man. I was just on some shit, man. But nah, I fuck with Cole though. I was just, how to rap. Somebody probably said Uzi was trash or some shit. I just started going the fuck off with some shit.
Yeah, I'd have to fight them.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, before we get deep into this,
but LA is a whole different. It's LA, New York, Atlanta, Texas. I mean, it's all different. You know what I'm saying? They have these similarities though.
Right. Okay. I'm okay. You do a good job. You went to ODU, so we know how to debate. We know how to say some shit without actually really saying some shit. We're all like natural born publicists from ODU. But yeah. So before we get into this conversation, go ahead and promote. What you have going on. We haven't heard from you in a while, so go ahead and drop that.
And I'm back, you know what I'm saying? I took a little year break off, you know what I mean? Just to get right, you feel me? Just to get right mentally, you know what I'm saying? New mind state, new location. So I just had to, just kind of take a pause from the music, you know what I mean? Everybody knows for years I was pushing real heavy as Doug Finesse. But now, I'm reborn, whole new artist, Douglas, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just moving and shaking, man. I dropped a recent video called Me vs. Me. Then I came back with another banger off the plane, you know what I mean? Just dropping a couple freestyles, loose records here and there, picking it back up. You know, a lot of people saying they rocking with the new me, so it's lit, man. I'm about to drop a new single called "Sign to Myself." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the title speaks for itself. You know what I mean? It's gonna be one of them records where I'm just, you know, I'm a humble dude, but on that joint, I'm just popping my shit. You know what I mean? Letting them know. You know how I give them the bars, I give them the turn-up tracks, love tracks. I kind of do it all. You know what I mean? And it's just me.
Yeah.
I'm my own manager, my own stylist, my own publicist, everything. You know what I mean? So I really want them to feel that in my music. So that's kind of what this upcoming track, "Sign to Myself," is about. You know, and it's coming with a crazy music video.
Right. So it's dope that's really dope that you have, you know, things lined up. And you know, you also took a break from what you need to take a break from to like really recoup and rebrand and get your career and your ducks in a row.
Yo, listen, it's like when the pandemic hit, it was like, man, I can't even really, the type of music that I make, the type of music I make is outside music. You know what I mean? Even if you indoors, it's still gonna give you that outside feel. I ain't saying it's some turn up party shit all the time, but when you hear my music, I feel like people want to move, whether it's a love track or, you know, turn up track. So with the pandemic, everybody was inside. Niggas couldn't really do nothing. So I really couldn't even find music. I was recording, obviously, but the music I was making, I was like, it don't really sound inspired. So what's the point of even trying to drop weak shit when I could just duck off and work on making some really powerful music? So that's just what I did. You know what I mean? So the timing was crazy, 2020.
Yes, yes. I'm also grateful for the pandemic as well because it gave me the chance to just sit down and really see things a lot clearly. Like, wow, like I still have to advance in so many different areas. I don't have all the answers. I don't need this person in my life. What else went through my mind? I could be doing a lot more, you know what I mean? So during the pandemic, like I even threw away some friends, I threw away some ideas, and I completely like rebranded everything. And I feel like now I'm confident and I've had enough time to just sit down and think, what do I have to do to get to, you know, that bag that I want to get to. So would you say that's the same thing for you?
Hell yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to get my bag up. I had to cut people off. I had to meet new people. It was a mix of everything. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I just dropped the lighter. You know me, you know, smoking some gas right now. You feel me?
They can see it in the video too, I think, that you got smoking
right.
in there.
Right. So, facts. So, you know what I mean? I just had to get my mental together. You know, just get everything together. When I keep saying mental because that was really the key thing. You know what I'm saying? Life was so crazy. It still is crazy, but life was just so crazy for me up until the pandemic hit. So the pandemic really was a nice little pause button for life. But now that bitch is press play.
Period. So why did you move to LA? Because people want to know that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I moved to LA because me and my bros, we was just like, man, because my bro Steve, he likes to travel the world, you know what I'm saying, get around, get money, have fun and shit. And then my bro Lamar, he's actually an author, you know, a best-selling author. He writes a lot of novels about his life, things of that nature, and about God and stuff. So he's an author. My bro's a traveler. I'm a rapper. So we was just like, man, it's time to really push this shit to the next level. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's time. No more being stagnant, no more running in circles, you know what I mean? We need to take shit to the next level. So we just got our funds together and was like, yo, we moving to LA.
Is that something you feel? Yeah, period. Is that something you feel like you could have done in Virginia?
Man, I feel like I was working hard, heavy in Virginia for 6-7 years already. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like, I'm not saying I reached my peak at all, nothing in Virginia. I feel like, sorry, that's a helicopter going by. I don't know if y'all can hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Virginia, you know what I mean? But it was just time to take things to the next level. And at the time, I didn't feel like I could do that back home. You know what I mean? I always got love for back home. But you know what I'm saying? It's LA is the place to be. LA, New York, you know how it is. Atlanta, where you at. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I moved and shit been picking up ever since. You know what I mean? You'll never know until you try. So I said, fuck it, I'm about to try.
It was hard for me. I have a personal YouTube channel, which I don't know if did you subscribe? Yeah, you subscribed when we were in the Uber. I remember that. So,
you know that.
Yes, period. Thank you so much. So I have a YouTube channel, like basically documenting my life, especially, it went up when I started becoming very, transparent about my transition from Virginia to Atlanta. Cause you know, a lot of people, embraced me because I was honest. I even like almost got to a point to where I cried on the video. Like I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck, but those are like my real emotions. Like people like people from VA, you know, they move from VA to wherever, and they don't show shit. They just make it seem like, okay, like life is good, like, you know. And I'm not, you know, like I know why they did that. You know what I mean? Like, people don't like to share, like, you know, what happens, but you know, people really need to see that shit. They need to see how hard it is. Like, some people, they move from where they're from just for their dreams. You know, they end up sleeping in a car. They just end up like going broke. Just going through different situations. So I tapped into all of that. And so you want to talk about like some of the hardships that you faced when you moved from Virginia to LA?
Yo, listen, Tracy. A lot of rappers cap. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with you. You know me.
Yes.
When I moved out here, I was flat broke. But you know what I'm saying? I paid my deposit off. I paid my, you know, obviously, you know, I paid my deposit first, rent, got into the crib, and I had my next, you know, the next month's worth of rent, you know, saved up or whatever. But after that, I had probably had like 900, $1,000 to my name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to really get it out the mud, bust my ass, work 2-3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when the first 6 months I was here, I still didn't drop no music. You feel what I'm saying, Tracy? So it's like I still had to get myself together. I'm not saying when I moved and I came to LA off the plane, everything was perfect as soon as I stepped on the soil. Nah, hell no.
Hell no. I was broke too. I was broke too, and I ain't afraid to say exactly. I had to really fucking hustle, like, hence why I got the clothing line, and I ain't afraid to let nobody know that.
Yeah, and it's crazy because people don't see that part, and also, you know what I'm saying, people don't see that part, and you know, people think, you know, when you move to like a big city, a lit city, everybody wants to go to, your life just immediately changes, and you immediately make it. Hell no. So I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about my journey. You know what I'm saying? When I came out here, I moved out here, and you know, started working, got my funds up, networking, meeting new people, and of course, you know, I had a lot of good relations already that I made in Virginia that set me up out here. For example, all the music that people are gonna hear from me,
right?
I recorded at Good People's in LA, and you know, I already had experience at Good People's in Richmond, so
yes,
you know, reached out to the Good People's people, and they lined me up out here in LA. And I really got a good rapport with them folks, you know what I mean? I got an engineer I lock in with, my boy Everett Moon. You know, and I work with LASIK Beats out here, you know, recording, you know, they record my music and everything. So I met a lot of good people, you know, out here too. You know, a lot of people, before they told me I came out here, everybody was telling me, man, watch out for LA people. Watch out for LA people in the industry. They snake. Watch out for LA people.
What they mean?
So I'm like, I mean, I guess, you know, in the industry we're in, a lot of people, I guess, snakes and stab you in the back. You feel me? But the way I look at life, I feel like that's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's good people everywhere too. So when I came out, I just met a lot of good people, you know, worked. And Tracy, before I came out here, let me tell you something. I had locked in the 2 or 3 days before I hopped on the plane. I locked in with the homie Mixed by Mooch in Richmond.
Yes.
And we actually, so a lot of people might think that the Me vs. Me record and the Now record that I dropped when I first moved out here was, you know, some new stuff. Nah, that was stuff I had already recorded, and it turned out to be some of my best music because I was so nervous and excited before I came here.
Right.
So when I dropped Me vs. Me, when I recorded that, that was a real personal record that's different from all my other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just had a lot of emotions at the time. So locked in with the homie Mooch, and my first 2 records that I dropped when I came here was actually my last records I recorded in Virginia. So it's crazy, you know.
So it's like it's also crazy to like even be able to look back on. You know, like just like I have a YouTube channel, I'm sure your music is like the way you document your life as well.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's, you know what I mean? So so basically what I'm trying to tell you is this new shit I'm dropping this summer is this shit I've been recording since I've been here. So they about to hear a whole new Doug, you feel me?
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right. So, and also this new Doug is very much tatted. They're gonna see this video like, yo, where he get all these tattoos from? You wanna explain this new look you got?
Yo, man, my pops, you know, growing up, my pops had a few tattoos, and you know, he rides Harleys. He's a motorcycle dude, so he's tatted up. So honestly, that really inspired me. I always like tattoos. You know what I'm saying? And all my favorite rappers and artists, it kind of got like an abstract look when I look at, you know, Tupac, Lil Wayne with the tats. You know what I mean? Marilyn Manson, people like that. That always inspired me, and I always wanted to be like, damn, that looks like a rock star. That's how I want to look. So, you know, I fell in love with tattoo, and I was even tattooed before I came here. I had tattoos in Virginia, but now I just really, the LA culture just really inspired me. You feel me? The LA culture is kind of really inspired, like my look, my music. So I'm really just becoming the artist I always envisioned myself being. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So to wrap this up, I ask everybody this. Oh wait, hold on. Let me decline this. Okay, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I got a call. Oh, okay. So to wrap this up, because I talked to everybody about this, and the Tracy Mitchell show really embraces everything that I am. Like I'm really like somebody that likes to have really meaningful conversations, and on top of that, I'm somebody that is very transparent about like what motivates me, what keeps me going, and all these other things. So what is your motivation behind your career? Talking about like making that move from Virginia to Atlanta to LA, being bold to releasing your music. What is the motivation behind everything that you do?
Yo, my motivation, I come from a small farm town in Virginia called Prince George County. You know what I mean? And I've been rapping since I was literally maybe 14, 15, dropping videos, everything. And my whole mission is a lot of people where I'm from, a lot of people don't move out to Cali. A lot of people don't even do music for real. It's not one of those types of places. But people want to be great. And I feel like where I'm from, like I'm kind of that person who I just want everybody to know if you just work hard, any one of your dreams could come true. You know what I'm saying? So I really, one of my missions to make my city proud. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Motivate people to be great. You know, people reach out to me all the time like, yo, Doug, man, you really doing it, really motivating me. Keep doing this shit. You've been doing this shit since fucking 7th, 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big motivator for me and my family. You know, my parents, they push me to be the greatest I can be. You know, mm-hmm. My family, my cousins, aunts, everybody, uncles, my brother, everybody just, really relying on me. You know what I'm saying? Just that support. Mm-hmm. And honestly, people had a love for football, baseball, basketball. My love is hip hop.
He really does love hip hop, y'all. This ain't no
gimmick. I love hip hop. You know what I mean? I love music. I love hip hop. So growing up in the back of that car, listening to Nas, 50 Cent in the backseat as a young buck, mm-hmm. Even then, I said, yo, I'm going to be the greatest rapper of all time. Yes. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, so my goal is to be the GOAT. I want to be the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So,
yo, us Aquariuses, we really have consistency for real. Like that's like, you see J. Cole, you saw how J. Cole get on, like the same energy me and you have, and that's why I always like me and you were never best friends in college, but we always just clicked. You know what I mean? Like yeah. So it's like us Aquarius energies. Like we not gonna let nothing stop us. Like once we have a goal, like we going hard for that shit. Nothing's gonna distract us.
That's facts. And speaking of Cole, like he said on the new album, he said something like, "I'm gonna bet on myself every time." You feel me? Mm. And I feel like we be on that vibe. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah. We move on faith.
Got you.
Well, thank you so much, Douglas. I really love this conversation. I feel like it was better than the one we're on the street.
Yo, facts though, man. Because you know how we rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm so proud of you and keep doing your thing in LA. Go ahead and tell them one more time what to look out for when it comes to music and go ahead and drop your social media.
Yo, man, signed to myself, dropping this month. New single, new video is going up. You know what I mean? Produced by my man 48 and produced by my bro EPT. You know what I'm saying? So we got one with that one that's coming this month, July. And just look out for a lot of new bangers from me this summer. You know what I mean? I'm just giving y'all straight boom, 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 straight fire, fuego. You know what I mean? Douglas.
Y'all, it was perfect. It was the Tracy Mitchell Show. Thank you guys so much for listening to this conversation. Be on the lookout for Douglas's new releases, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you.
Know that.